Hello, boys and girls. I'm back. Today we're going to be reading a book called Waiting for the Biblioburro. And it is written by Monica Brown, illustrations by John Barra. Beautiful illustrations, too. On a hill behind a tree, there is a house. In the house, there is a bed, and on the bed, there is a little girl named Anna, fast asleep, dreaming about the world outside and beyond the hill. Look at her. You can see little Anna right there. When Anna wakes up to the rooster's kikiriki, Poppy is already at work on the farm, and Mommy is busy in the garden. Anna bathes her little brother and feeds the goats and collects the eggs to sell at the market. Boys and girls, do you guys have chores to do in the morning too? Just like Anna, right? We have responsibilities. After breakfast, Anna and her mother walk down the hill. Anna closes her eyes against the sun and wishes she was back in the cool of the house with her libro, her book. Anna has read her book, her only book, so many times, she knows it by heart. The book was a gift from her teacher for working so hard on her reading and writing. But last fall, her teacher moved far away, and now there is no one to teach Anna and the other children in her village. Oh, that is very sad. So let's think about it. Anna lives in this farm, right? Do you think that maybe she has a library close to her? Kind of like in the city, like us. We have libraries close to us almost every other block. Or a place to read, right? Let's see. So at night, on her bed, in the house on the hill, Anna makes up her own cuentos. Oh. Does anybody know what cuentos means in Spanish? Stories? Ah, you're right. Stories, cuentos. And tells the stories to her little brother to help him fall asleep. She tells him stories about make-believe creatures that live in the forest and the mountains and the sea. She wishes for new stories to read, but her teacher with the books has gone. So she's using her imagination, right? Boys and girls, do you think that with your amazing imagination, you could write a story? You could actually write your own story, your own book? Of course you can. I believe in you. One morning, Anna wakes up to the sounds of taka taka taka, clap clap clap, and a loud ee-haw, ee-haw. When Anna looks down the hill below her house, she sees a man with a sign that reads Biblioburro. With the man, there are two burros. What are they carrying? Biblioburros. Libros! Books, of course. Anna runs down the hill to the man with the sign. She's ready, she's ready, she's ready, she's ready. The burros and the books she's looking at. Other children run to him too, skipping down hills and stomping through the fields. Boys and girls, why do you think these children are so excited? Do they get to see many different types of books every day? No. So we're going to find out what happens. Who are you? And who are they? Who are they? The children ask. The man says, I'm a librarian, a bibliotecario. Is Miss Aleman a librarian? Yes. Is she a bibliotecaria? Yes, she is. And these are my burros, Alpha and Beto. Welcome to the Biblioburro, my biblioteca. Oh, biblioteca. That's another Spanish word. Do you know what it means? Library. That's right. But Senor, Ana says, I thought libraries were only in big cities and buildings. Oh, didn't Miss Aleman just say that? Yeah. Not this one, says the librarian. This is a moving library. Then he spreads out his books and invites the children to join him under the tree. How fun. Look at that. Boys and girls, maybe if you have a backyard, you can do what the librarian does in this story. You can read your book right under the tree in the backyard. It's a nice day, right? Nice summer day. Once upon a time, the librarian begins sharing the story of an elephant who swings from a spider's web. He reads from books with beautiful pictures, then helps the little ones learn their abecedario. He sings A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, the alphabet. Finally, he says, now it's your turn. Pick out books, and in a few weeks, I will be back to collect them and bring you new ones. Me too? asked Anna. Especially you, says the librarian with a smile. What a nice librarian. So kind. So many cuentos. What are cuentos again? Stories, that's right. While Alpha and Beto chomp the sweet grass under the tree, Anna picks up book after book and finds pink dolphins and blue butterflies, castles and fairies, talking lions and magic carpets. Whoa. So is this stuff fiction or non-fiction? Well, some of these stories could actually be fiction or non-fiction, but she's picturing all these things in her head, her imagination. She's using her imagination while she reads these books or looks through these books. Someone should write a story about your burros. Ana tells the librarian, rubbing Alpha's nose and feeding more grass to Beto. Why don't you? He asks. Then he packs up the books and is off. Remember I told you, boys and girls, that with your great imaginations you could write a book? Look at this librarian. He told Ana that she could write a book too. About who? The donkeys, los burros, of course, right? Enjoy, he calls to the children. I will be back. Ana runs up the hill to her house, hugging the books to her chest. She can't wait to share her books with her brother. And that night she reads until she can't keep her eyes open any longer. That means that she's reading and straining her eyes because her books are so exciting. Each morning, Ana does her chores and reads and looks out her window. She listens for the sounds of Alpha and Beto, but weeks pass, and the librarian doesn't return. When we see the days of the week right up here in the illustrations, look, we see lunes for Monday, martes for Tuesday, miércoles for Wednesday, jueves for Thursday, viernes for Friday, sábado, Saturday, y domingo, Sunday. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, go read, Ana. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, go draw, Ana. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, go write, Ana. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who finally says, go to bed, Ana. One night, Ana dreams she is flying over her country on a butterfly's back. In her dream, she crosses mountains and oceans and rivers and jungles, bringing stories everywhere she goes. Stories fly from her mouth and fingers like magic, falling into the hands of the children waiting below. When Ana wakes up, she misses Alpha and Beto and the Biblioburro's books. She remembers that the librarian told her that she could write a book, and so with paper and string and colored pencils, she does. paper, pen, and colored pencils, markers, glue. You can use whatever you want to make a book. Finally, just when Anna thinks she'll never see the Biblioburro again, she wakes up to ee-ah, ee-ah. Who's that? And children yelling. She runs down the hill with her library books, a special surprise of her very own. I wrote this cuento for you, she says. Que bueno, the librarian says, and then he reads her story to the children under the tree. Oh, she must have felt so special when she wrote that story and she gave it to the librarian and he read it. Wow. When it's time to go, Anna's book is packed carefully on the burro's back, ready to be carried away over the hills and through the fields to another child who is... I love this illustration. Look at the sun. So, did the librarian take Anna's book? Yes, he did. He did. To who? Well, to children asleep on a bed, in a house, on a hill, behind a tree, dreaming of Alpha and Beto and all the new stories the Biblioburro will bring. Wow. What a beautiful story, boys and girls. This is the end. We see that there's an author's note. The author is the person who writes the book. Right in the back, it tells us about her inspiration for the story. What made her write the story, pretty much. And we also see a glossary of Spanish terms. That is very interesting because it tells you what they mean in Spanish and in English. Glossary is kind of a dictionary, okay? We see the first word is abecedario, and that is the alphabet, right? This is a great book. You can definitely check it out at your library, okay? Just for future reference, so you guys will know what it looks like waiting for the Biblioburro. I hope you enjoyed the story, boys and girls. Have a great day.